Good morning and welcome back to Questioning Sense with me, Matt. Okay, really quick review today. I had planned on doing a sort of a list of cheapies for people starting out on their collections, but I simply haven't got the time, and videos like that take a long time to do because there's sort of 10-12 bottles to get through. So we're going to look at today a clone from the house of Armaf, and we're looking at their clone of Creed's Millesime Imperial, which came out in '95 and has quite a cult following. Very expensive. I just had a quick look on the Creed website and it's currently going for £260 for 100 mils. So let's have a look at the Armaf, which is Club de Nuit Milestone. Gaudy as you get. Gold, fingerprint magnet, shiny. So I got this on Amazon Prime, next day delivery for £30. So not an expensive one when you compare it to the price of the original. Now I was really intrigued to try it because obviously I have Club de Nuit Intense Man, which is the Aventus clone, and I really rate this. I know this gets an awful lot of flack. A lot of people don't like the opening. I love it. I'm on my third bottle of this. This is a workhorse for me. I wear it to work an awful lot. I wear it to the pub, always gets compliments, and I really enjoy it. I think the opening, I actually really like the opening. A lot of people don't, but that's just personal taste. This does a really good impression of Aventus, and it just smells amazing in the air. So I was hoping that they do the same with this one. Now, I must say before I do the review, I'm not a massive fan of the original, to be honest. It's all right. I just think that because it's made by Creed, it gets a lot more of a following than it would do if it was made by somebody else. I don't. It's not a bad fragrance, and I don't dislike it. I just don't understand the hype behind it. And then when you factor in the cost of how much the original is to buy, you know, would I pay I wouldn't pay £260 for a bottle of anything, let's be fair. But I certainly wouldn't pay £260 for a bottle of Millesime Imperial. It's a nice fragrance, but it just doesn't blow me away. I've never owned it. I have had decants of it. I've just tried it in store, and I bought a 5ml of it a few years ago, which I did get through. But the problem I have with Millesime Imperial is obviously it's an incredibly expensive fragrance, and it smells okay. It doesn't blow me away, and it doesn't last either. So I just don't understand. In fact, if it wasn't for the fact that it's made by Creed, I wonder if it was by Guerlain or someone like that, or someone maybe less glamorous than Creed, just how much of a following it would have. I mean, it's not their most popular fragrance. Obviously, that's going to be Aventus. Then it'll probably be Green Irish Tweed. I think will probably be the next one, and then Millesime Imperial kind of brings up the rest of the pack to that. So I'm wearing this at the moment, and I'm going to have a little spray now. Just for the purposes of the review. So I'm not going to do a full note listing on this one because this is a clone, and if I was to do a full note listing, I'll be effectively reviewing something like the original, and I don't have it here, so I'm not going to do that. I've worn this a few times now, and what I will say is I don't think it is another one of these. I think it's a perfectly functional scent. I think also, the opening on this isn't the greatest. Now, a lot of other reviewers have said it's very similar to the original, and from my memory, I think it is. I think it really is quite similar at all. But with the opening, there's a kind of there's almost like a musty feel to it, which I'm not that keen on, and it does dissipate quite quickly. Within 10-15 minutes or so, it then becomes a lot nicer to my nose anyway. But I don't particularly like that opening 5-10 minutes. I don't know what it is. It's something that's almost like, well, musty. I think because this is a citrus aquatic, you get a fruity note, you get some florals, and you get a salty vibe, which I really do like. I like that sort of, the clash of sort of sweet and sour kind of thing going on, which does work very well. But it's just that opening. There's something in it. It's nowhere near as synthetic smelling as, say, this one is accused of being. And I do get that. I mean, if I'm really, really honest, yes, there is a bit of, sort of synthetic lemony opening with this one. So this doesn't really do that. It just has this kind of a musty vibe to it. Then after a while, it becomes a really, really pleasant wear. And I've worn this, as I say, I've worn this a few times. I wore this out, and I did have to spray quite a lot, but I got really, really good performance on it. So I sprayed my wrists, my neck, and I put quite a few on my chest. We went out for the evening. When I came back, I could still really, really smell it strongly on my chest. Not so much here. So I think with a high concentration of sprays, you'll get decent performance out of this. We're talking sort of 8 or 9 hours. So this would be a really good work scent, and it would be, as I say, a good one for going down the pub, or if you're going out with the wife or you're going out with your partner for the evening, it will be perfect for that. Am I glad I've got it? Yeah, I am. I don't, in all honesty, think I'll be wearing it very often. It's not one that I'm going to suddenly have a wake up and think, oh, I must wear Milestone today. I'm really in the mood for Milestone. That's never going to happen. It is going to be one that I'll go back to and think, I'll give that a go. I've got so many fragrances that I enjoy a lot more than this. But it's nice to have, and it's nice to have options. It's not going to get worn a lot. So, it is what it is. I really wanted it just to do the comparison between the two, to be honest, and I much, much prefer this. So Armaf are still picking off Creed, and they're still doing good clones of Creed. This is an excellent clone. I think the problem I've got with it is I'm just not that in love with the original. So, there you have it. If you are looking to buy the original, though, and you do have £260, and you do have a burning desire to get millesime imperial, then obviously you're going to buy it. This, I think, actually performs a lot better. Neither of them are beast mode. Neither of them have the performance of Club de Nuit. Intense, man, that's for sure. But this performs all right, and for 30 quid, and it's probably going to become cheaper as time goes by because this is relatively new out. So if you're sort of ambivalent about it and you're not that fussed about it, I'll wait a while because it will probably drop down even further in cost, and then you can pick it up then because it's still quite a lot of hype about it at the moment, so it's still going to be a little bit more expensive. But yeah, is it worth it? Yes. Am I blown away by it? In terms of the quality of the clone, I am blown away by it. But in terms of how it smells, I'm not that fussed by it because, as I say, I'm not that fussed by the original. Worthy addition to the collection, yes, I think it is totally unisex. But what I will say with this is I get a very strong melon note from it, which I like melon in fragrances. So that is a plus for me. A salty melon, semi-aquatic, warmish vibe. It's airy. It's not a beast, unfortunately. I mean, which is probably just as well, because if this was a beast mode, it'd probably be, I'll probably wear it even less than I'm going to wear it now. I think sometimes you do need fragrances that aren't beast mode, that don't have massive performance, just to make them a little bit more palatable. So, not bad. Would I recommend you buy it? Yes, I probably would, if you like it. Is it blind buy worthy? No. What I suggest you do is you're never going to smell this in store, but if you've got any stores that carry Creed near you, then you can smell the original and make a decision on that because they are very, very, very similar. So it's a cheaper way of getting the original. Of course it is. If you like the original and you can afford the original, then that's always going to be your better option. If you want to save an awful lot of money, have a nice shiny bottle that gets fingerprints like nothing on earth. I mean, the black one does as well. This is this sort of gloss finish to bottles does attract fingerprints. So give it a good wipe down and then put it towards the back of your collection where it will give a nice bit of gold light on it. But this isn't one to handle because you will get, I mean, you can see there fingerprints all over it. Everything else is functional. It comes in a box. It sprays okay. I'm not a massive, I mean, it chucks out a fair bit, but I'm not a massive fan of these Armaf bottles anyway. But look, it kind of makes a sort of it's like a pumping noise when you spray it. It sort of struggles a bit. Maybe it just echoes in here. I don't know. But there you go. So in closing, yeah, it's worth it. It's not a bad, well, it's a very good clone. If you like the original, this could well be for you. Anyway, listen, sorry it's been such a quick review, but I'm running around like a headless chicken today. So listen, thank you very much for your time. It's always appreciated, and we look forward to hearing from you soon. Take care, and bye!